Hello friends, EJ here again from the back porch, and a little bit of an explanation about my attire this afternoon. I've been to church today, so I normally don't wear my overalls to church, but so you get to see me in a rare form today in my not so primitive attire. I, for the record, feel much more at home and more comfortable in my overalls. That being said, I want to talk to you a little bit about a subsection of our store here at the Back Porch Antiques. Oftentimes we get in some really cool pieces of folk art music instruments and music instruments. And that's kind of a subset of culture around here. And we've got a good selection currently of collectible level and even playable level musical instruments. This particular booth, booth number TTA, in case you're interested, has several selections of folk art instruments, and they're pretty cool. This one in particular is a fiddle made out of a cigar box, and there have been books written and lots of studies done about folk art musical instruments. There are massive collections for collectors who like to grab these sorts of things up. This is a pretty good piece. It's probably actually functional if you knew exactly how to work it. You know, it's got a bone nut there, and the strings are tensioned fairly well and look to be work fairly well with the tuning heads. I'm no fiddle player by any means, so I don't really know a lot about it, but I know the bridge there looks like it's been added for functionality. But it's a pretty cool piece, and like I said, you know, it's made out of an old cigar box, and it's definitely that folk art type look, and very applicable into that collector series. This one is priced at $300 here at the store. Definitely has some age to it. Here's an even older piece, and it is a folk art type banjo. They call it a make-do instrument with inlay, the inlay being in the wood there. Maybe even you might even call that a canjo. That's a thing. It's an old ladle type thing with a neck formed in it. I don't know if this is something they started and never got finished, or if this is something that, you know, at one time was played. Definitely has some age to it. Pretty cool piece if you're looking for something like that to add to your collection or hang on your wall. Along the same lines as this particular, I guess maybe another cigar box instrument. That might be more of a guitar piece. Doesn't seem to be any way of tensioning the strings there on that particular piece, but it's definitely a good presentation piece, or a good piece of art for maybe your collection if you collect that sort of thing. But again, that one too is available here. I just was amazed at how many people collect those old instruments and those sorts of things. Small banjos, old banjos, they're just pretty cool collector pieces. And this last one I want to show you in this particular booth actually has a Native American carved type look to it. A fiddle, handmade fiddle. Let's see who he attributes this to. Calls it a folk fiddle with figural carving. Makes sense. Right there's your figural carving. Actually, a lot of work has went into this, and you know, it's probably tunable and playable for those who know how to play such an instrument. I do not, however. I do kind of know how to play a guitar, and I've got a good guitar here at the back porch, and I want to go back up front and show it to you. For any of you who like good guitars, old bluegrass instruments, you might particularly like this particular piece. So what we've got here is a 1979 model Martin HD28. If you are a guitar or bluegrass lover, you're very familiar, even if you're in a different realm of music, you're familiar with Martin guitars. This one is for sale here at the Back Porch Antiques. It is, again, a 79 model, 1979 model HD28. Pretty cool guitar, got a good patina to it. It's even got the old timer's cheat note still left on it that he probably had on it back in the day. And if you give it a smell, which I know sounds weird, but if you like instruments, you know what I'm talking about. But it still smells like his old Avon. So I'm guessing the guy that picked this probably passed away, and the vendor came up with this for his collection and decided to move it on. But if you play a guitar much, for some reason, they start to smell like you. If you play somebody else's guitar, you'll notice that it's got a different smell to it. But this one still smells like some old timer back in the day. It's got a pretty good tone to it. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but got that good Martin kind of bluegrassy tone to it, plays well. Available at the Back Porch Antiques if you're looking for a good bluegrass hot rod of a guitar. 1979 model HD28 Martin. Does have an original case that goes with it, also has another case. But swing by and check it out if you like it. Be glad to make it yours. Anyway, EJ from the Back Porch Antiques. We'll see you next time.